Ladies and gents, we are good to go. So, thank you very much. Good evening. Thank you very much for attending. This is our awards ceremony from World Stainless for 2023. Before we go into the presentation, you get to find out who's won the different awards categories. It sounds to me like I've got a bit of an echo, but is it okay down there? Perfect. It's good, thank you. So, we have arranged for some nice trophies for all the winners. Unfortunately, there's been a delay because of a shortage of one of the items. They're made up of several items. So they will be posted out to the winners in due course. However, you will get something as winners to take away. And this is a bit of a themed present, so to speak. On the 16th of June this year, it is World Refill Day. And what we would ask, we've got some refillable bottles, that if you've won an award, please take a photograph of yourself using one of the refillable bottles and send it back to Joe, and we're going to publish lots of stuff on social media on World Refill Day, because it's a good opportunity to promote stainless steels. So we just kindly ask that of everybody, if you don't mind, please. And of course, the awards will come in due course. So, without further ado, if this thing works, Stainless Steel Industry Awards 2023. I'm not going to worry too much about the first couple of slides, because you guys know all this stuff. Over the last 2 days, you've had it several times. But what are we going to talk about today? Well, there are 4 awards categories. So we have market development, technology, which is always a tricky category. I always find that the most difficult to judge. We have the safety award, sustainability, and then we wrap up with the CO2 emissions survey certificates. So that's the sequence of things we're going to rock through tonight. So we'll start with market development. Now, there was quite an interesting array of submissions for these awards, and I'm not going to read them all out. They'll be available to read at your leisure, but really a good variety. And we always start with handing out the awards in reverse order. So on this occasion, we couldn't agree on a single bronze award. There were 2 submissions that were both, in our view, deserving of the silver award. So we jumped straight to silver on this occasion. And the first one is won by the Australian Stainless Steel Development Association for their duplex stainless steel wire rope cable solution. And we appreciated this, not because we thought it was obviously new, but because we thought the application was really interesting. This was really a horizontal expansion with good capability. So what was interesting, they'd looked at this and said, hey, a 30-year lifetime here using this grade. We felt it could be even longer. So this ticked many boxes, not just from a market development perspective, but also from a sustainability perspective. So it's a pleasure to give the Silver Award to the Australian Stainless Steel Development Association. Sadly, they're not here tonight, but we'll arrange to get them the bottle, and I'm sure they'll take part in the refill day. The next award goes to China Baowu Steel Group, TISCO. And I think we have Jan here today from TISCO. And this was high-strength, high corrosion-resistant stainless steel for rail car cladding. And of course, this is always a good, interesting opportunity for products that have high wear rates and a lot of movement. So it's a pleasure to offer the Silver Award to TISCO. Jan, would you be kind enough to come down and receive the award, please? I can't see where Jan is. He's there. You have to come on stage. And you have a photograph as well, so we have to face. So this is for World Refill Day. If you look at Joe for a moment. Excellent. So Jan.
Thank you.
For Bauer Tisco, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. And now we move to the Gold Award in this category. This goes to Nippon Steel Stainless Steel Corporation for the seismic retrofitting of the Kamihirai floodgate, and I hope I've pronounced that correctly. So is there somebody who can collect the award from Nippon Steel? It's hard to see. Ah, Mr. Inoue. Is it better there? Yeah. Congratulations, Mr. Inoue. So this is for World Refill Day. The real award will come by parcel delivery. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
A really good development. We were really impressed. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Now we move on to technology, and this is always my difficult category to judge, being a bit of a techno geek as well along the way. We didn't have so many entries here, but they were all impressive. So we'll start with bronze. And I'm afraid I'm going to ask Mr. Inoue to come back, because the bronze award goes to Nippon Steel Stainless Steel Corporation for the roof of the Japan National Stadium. Once again. It's for you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. And I've not said anything really about this. This was a really interesting project because of the design of the roof and the coating that handled air conditioning in effect. So this was a very novel way of looking after the quality of air and the coolness of the air inside a big stadium. So I think that was an impressive dimension, as well as it being a stainless solution. Now we also have a second bronze here that goes to POSCO for the low-cost brazing filler metal for stainless steel. Do we have anybody from the POSCO team in the room? Yes. Now, this was very interesting because, as it says, it offers a low-cost solution. So, congratulations. So that's to use on World Refill Day, as I mentioned. The real award will come also.
That's even better.
Even better, yes, because they're quite heavy as well. Sorry, Joe, you were taking photographs then.
Thank you.
Now, if I've remembered correctly, the silver award also goes to POSCO. So this is non-magnetic, high-strength, austenitic stainless steel with high nitrogen for mobile devices. And high nitrogen stainless steels are not uncommon, but I think we debated this long and hard, because when you, at the face of it, you think, hey, this is not necessarily huge tonnages, but we've all got mobile devices and lots of them now. So we saw this was a really good way of marketing stainless. So we very much like this award, and this won our silver award. So you get the pleasure of another refillable cup. And this is why it's a good idea to have the real trophies posted.
Okay.
Now, I know exactly what's coming next, and I wouldn't leave the stage. So this was an application for ferritic 430 stainless for large-scale premium home appliances. And I think this is interesting because it offers a definite market development opportunity. And I think the notion of thinner material was very interesting. So I see Jay's come to take a photo too.
Okay. Well,
So, so congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Almost a clean sweep, as we say. Okay, so now we move on to the safety awards. And we had quite a lot of submissions here. They're listed over two slides. And if you've carefully sort of scanned through the submissions, you can perhaps see where this might end up. So we'll start with the Bronze Award, and this goes to North American Stainless for the ergonomic assists. And for me, I'm very passionate. I've been involved with these things in the past, so I thought this was really a nice submission because it dealt with a genuine problem that occurs daily in our factories. So I mean, the whole team liked it, but I very much liked this because of what it was dealing with. So Bernardo, welcome on stage. And it is a pleasure to give you this on behalf of North American Stainless, part of your...
The chairman.
Yeah, the chairman, yes. Thank you. So now we move on to the Silver Safety Award. This goes to Aparam for this notion of safety, respect, equality and well-being at work. And again, this was another thing that I really appreciated because having been through behavioural safety programs, this sort of thinking is really important, and this notion of bringing trust into the workplace is really good. So I think simple things like this have a really good impact on employee well-being. So congratulations. And Joel, just take a photo. All good. Okay, so now we move on to the Gold Safety Award. And this goes to Baru Stainless for the Smart Safety Zone. And this is another very logical and sensible development of safety systems. And I think we really liked the notion here of using these sensor barriers with the wide angle, because in a workplace, employees doing their tasks sometimes forget where the safe and unsafe zones are. And this was very, very simple in its concept, but very logical at the same time. Again, I thought this was a very impressive approach to reducing safety in the machine environment. So, Hans.
Thank you. Thank you, Tim.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so now we get to the last category of awards, and it's sustainability, which is always interesting and popular. We had a reasonable number of awards. So we start with the Bronze Award going to Baru Stainless. And this was aimed at gas saving. And within an annealing furnace, this is always an issue that we wrestle with. So to achieve a significant gas reduction and a reduction of greenhouse gas emissions is always worth having in our industry. And of course, this is the sort of approach that can be expanded to other and similar facilities. So very good. We like this one very much. We saw the benefits all the way, and it's a great credit to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sorry, more photos. So many. Thank you, Joe. Okay, so now the Silver Sustainability Award. And this goes to China Baowu Steel Group Corporation, TISCO. So I guess, Jan, you'll be back again. And this was a very original use of CO2 in converter smelting. And again, using something that we're trying to capture in some way or reduce to replace argon gas, which is an expensive gas, we thought was innovative. There was a very good technological description that came with this. So I think as a group, we were very impressed. And Jan, congratulations once again on behalf of, you're here as TISCO. Yeah. Okay, so this is the final of the awards before we get to the CO2 certificates. Gold Sustainability Award, and this goes to Acerinox Europa. And this notion of reuse of wastewater, we just saw huge potential for. When you sit down and talk about it, it looks very simple. It's not always easy to enact and make it work in the way it has done, but it has huge potential. As we suffer from ongoing effects of climate change, this is absolutely one of the things we should focus on in our industry.
Thanks,
Hans, congratulations.
Thank you.
Another one.
Thank you.
Okay. So that concludes the awards bit, but don't run off yet, please. So the final bit of this programme is the CO2 emission certificates, and we had a good range of participation. Again, I'm not going to read out all the participants. I think what was impressive when we analysed the data, which was between myself and our Japanese fellow Yusuke Kobayashi, was the data was presented and contributed in a very clear way. We used the World Steel system to collect the data. We had a few minor data sort of errors to check, but only small things. That's inevitable when we're entering so many numbers. But what it did show is that over the past 10 years within our membership group, our Scope 1 and Scope 2 emissions have consistently reduced. So as an industry, we're moving in the right direction, and that's good. We have to do some work on Scope 3 emissions, but Scope 1 and Scope 2 are in good shape. So thank you all for submitting data and allowing us to show this ongoing development. I think it's a good story to tell. So I think that's the end, Joe. I think we're at the end. So all that remains is for me to say to the winners once again, congratulations. It's always nice to see the range of submissions we get and the participation we get. And thank you everybody for contributing on the emissions information. The next up is the dinner. So I'll just say a few words about that. It's a free seating arrangement, I think, once again, but it's a walking dinner, as it's known. So you have to go and collect your food and choose what you would like from what's available. But I think on the basis of what we had for lunch today and yesterday, we shouldn't be disappointed at all. So are we about on time for that? So it's good. So thank you very much. And I'll chat to you all over dinner, and I hope you found that interesting. If anybody wants to have a chat about any of the submissions, because I think there are some really original ideas in there, and some logical things as well. I think what's impressive is tackling some of those problems that you see every day, but you don't always log, is just as important as originality. So thank you very much. Take care.
Gotta be strong.